Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video. Leave me some comments down below and share this video, you guys. So today we're going to be doing a Q&A video. I'll be answering the questions that you guys asked me on my social media sites. So follow me. If you're not following me, follow me on all my socials. They're linked in the description box below. I'm not doing the questions in any particular order. However, I did do the post 2 different days. So if you responded to the first post, then your questions are going to be first. And then if you responded to the second post, then your questions will be after that. So the first question that I was asked is, where am I currently located? And I am currently renting a house in Dillon, South Carolina. The second question was, what do I like in men? I like men who are authentic and confident in themselves. Men who are leaders, not always looking to the next man for approval. That is not cute. Please stop doing that. Men who are providers and desire to take care of home first. Men who are financially literate, stable, mentally and otherwise speaking. Funny, dress nice, you know, that's enough for now. The third question is, what are some things that can help with overcoming a long-term entanglement when you feel like you've outgrown the other person? I would say cut off all communication. Block them if you have to. Also unfriend them on social media if you have to. Find some hobbies or some things that you like to do. If y'all was on like a little routine where y'all talked to each other at certain times or y'all saw each other at certain times, find a hobby or something to do to fill that time slot. You're gonna miss the person, you're gonna think about them, but don't hit them up. Don't do it. When you feel like you're ready to move on, start dating, talking to other people. I mean, sometimes elevation requires separation. It has to happen. The fourth question is, what might help with transitioning through life phases when growing? It can be uncomfortable and scary stepping out of your comfort zone. So you're right, it can be very uncomfortable and scary, but just do it scared. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because change is rarely ever comfortable while it's taking place, but the ending can be so beautiful, like seriously. When transitioning, maintain positive thoughts no matter how your situation may presently be looking. Write down your end goals and take the steps towards achieving that. You have to trust your process. The fifth question is, what is the best and worst thing about social work? So the best thing is being able to help with change. Now, of course, the person, group, community, institution, etc. must be ready and willing to change. Which brings me right into the worst thing about social work. The worst thing is when you can't help because they're not ready for change. How did you get into modeling? A photographer, one of the best photographers, Chris Covington, the owner of Styles of Abstract, actually reached out to me. I auditioned and I was hired. I've actually always wanted to model ever since America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks came out. I used to be around the house when I was young, practicing, you know, getting ready. But I never pursued it. So I was really happy. I was really happy and excited to do it when the opportunity presented itself to me. Like, it was, I was like, wow, I always wanted to do this. Never thought I would get the chance. So it was pretty cool. What inspired you to do social work? Well, when I was in 7th grade, I saw a movie called A Beautiful Mind. And that movie made me want to be a psychiatrist. So I was actually planning to go to school for psychology. But some things happened and I ended up going to school for pharmacy. Didn't work. Did not work. Did not like it at all. Was not interested at all. So, after my first semester in school, I was able to shadow a social worker who had an independent practice, and she was my mentor at the time, Tony Graves. And I was able to see that I could work with mental health using social work, using a social work degree. I wouldn't have to go to school as long as I would to be a psychiatrist, but I could still basically do the same job. I just couldn't prescribe medicine. And I was perfectly fine with that, because I do feel like a lot of things can be solved without medication. So yeah, that's how I got into it. The next question is, how long have you been natural? So I have been natural for 5 years. I am never going back to the creamy crack. If you ever see me with the straight and silky, it's either a blowout or a wig, okay? The next question is, what is my skincare routine? So I was using the Fenty Skin for a few weeks, and it was too harsh to use every day on my skin. So now I only use it when I wear a full face of makeup. And on a daily basis, I use Black African soap. The next question is, what would you recommend for a person that wants to get into social work? What would be a great start? Well, since y'all been giving me quite a few questions about social work, I'll tell you guys, check out some of my old videos on social work for more information. But basically, you need a degree in social work to be a social worker. So that would be where I would recommend starting, is obtaining a BSW, Bachelor of Social Work, or MSW, Master of Social Work. That would be a great start. I'll try to link the video, Social Work Frequently Asked Questions. I'll try to link it up there. Hopefully, I'll get it right. The next question is, how do I balance everything that I have going on in my life? And that is actually answered in an old video as well. So check out starting your own business while working a 9-to-5, and I'll try to link that one as well. But basically, time management is how I'm able to balance everything. I keep a written and electronic schedule. The next question is, how is it being college educated and dating? I'm not gonna lie, it can be challenging sometimes. Leave it at that. Do you feel like your current location gives you access to men that are on your level? Short answer, no. Do you feel like you end up dating below your standards? I feel like anybody, male or female, could end up dating below their standards if they choose to settle. So, no. I'm not dating below my standards. Sorry. Not sorry. The next question is, do you think it's cool for women who have nothing to go after men who have everything? I think that nothing and everything are subjective terms, meaning what's nothing to you may be everything to the next man, and vice versa. So I think that people should date whoever they're interested in. I feel like they should set their standards and not settle. That's just it. You like who you like. The next question is, if you could be an animal, which animal would you be? How do you feel like you and the animal relate? So I would be a swallow bird, y'all. I got a swallow bird tattooed on me right there. The swallow bird represents freedom, love, care, and affection towards family and friends, showing the loyalty of the person always returning to them, and that's how we relate. I love swallow birds, y'all. I love them. The next question is, why do educated Black women find themselves dating below their tax bracket? And this could be plenty of reasons. I mean, the number one reason being because they chose to date below their tax bracket. Accountability 101. But anyway, it could be that they're not willing to date outside of their race, because let's just keep it funky. If you want to date a Black man being a Black woman, he may not always meet the same pay as you. Black women are climbing the ladder of success at a higher rate. than black men currently. And that's not me, that's statistics, so take that up with facts. That's what I think. I mean, we could go into the, you could ask me why. Like, if I'm gonna say the why I feel like black men aren't reaching that level of success as much as black women now, probably has a lot to do with the fact that black men are coddled a lot of times by their mothers, and they don't have a father figure to show them the way. It's the best thing I can come up with off the dome, you guys. So yeah. The next question is, do you think once African American men hit a certain tax bracket, they become obsessed with dating a woman outside of their race? If so, why? No, I do not think that. And the reason I don't think that is because everybody has preferences and people like who they like. So I'm not the type of person to get offended by a black man saying he doesn't date black women, because I wouldn't want to force anybody to date me that does not like me. I think something would be wrong with me if I wanted to date someone who clearly doesn't want to date me. So I feel like that everyone has a right to who they want to date. That is not my business. I'm not the judge and the jury on your personal life. So no, I don't think that black men get obsessed with dating outside their race. I think that they like who they like, and they've always liked who they like. I think that a lot of times we only look at black men who married outside of their race, but there are plenty successful black men who have married and dated black women. So no, I'm sorry, but no. Actually, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. No. The next question is, what do I think is the biggest reason for single parent homes? And y'all probably not gonna like my answer to this, but I'm gonna be honest anyway and tell y'all that I think that women are a lot to blame for single parent homes. Reason being is because we choose these men that we lay up and have these babies by. So if you've been dating a man prior to getting pregnant, and let me say this, I'm not talking about girls in their teenage years who mistakenly get pregnant, slip up and get pregnant. I'm not talking about them, because at that point you don't know better. Okay? You have no business doing it, because 9 times out of 10 you don't know what you're doing. And it is easy to slip up and make a mistake when you're sneaking doing something that you're probably not supposed to be doing. But sticking to the subject at hand, once you are past a teenager and well into adulthood, you choose who you date. Like, you should know what you like and what you don't like. And if you're dating someone and they're continuously showing you traits that you do not like, I don't think it would be wise to procreate with that person. And you're probably not gonna like me for saying this either, but I'm gonna say it because it's the truth. It is 2020. There are plenty of options out here, okay? If you don't want to procreate with a person, there is birth control, plenty of methods, and I know that it has side effects, but hey, I'll take moodiness for 200 Alex. Because if you think that a baby crying, waking you up 5 times a night ain't gonna make you moody, ask some of these mothers out here. Okay? Not only that, if you so happen to be on birth control and you're using condoms and those methods fail, you can get an abortion. It is legal. I think it's still legal. I don't think that they mess with our stuff yet. So I mean, if religion or some other thing is holding you back from doing that, then you may want to rely heavily on the first couple of options if you're going to be out here having sex, because regardless of what you think, sex creates other humans, creates babies. That's what happens. People, listen, that's what happens. So if you know that you're out here being sexually active and this is not the person that you want to be with forever, this is not the person that you want to help you raise a kid, because y'all haven't discussed how y'all are gonna raise a kid, if this isn't the person that you want your kids to look up to and be like, I wouldn't suggest procreating with that person. I'm not saying that men don't play a part, because they do. And their part is when they decide to leave that woman, they could still take care of home, because at the end of the day, regardless of what most males say, because I've heard plenty of males say this, the mother of your child is your family. You guys became a family when you created a child. You can take it how you want to, guys. This is who you decided to be your family when you decided to have a kid with her. So when you decide to leave your family, you should still take care of your family. That's why you have child support. And folks get upset about child support, but at the end of the day, that woman didn't make the baby by herself. She should not have to care for the baby by herself. And in the old days, y'all love to talk about the old days when your grandpas had 2 families and all that, but y'all love to skip over the part. Grandpa was taking care of them 2 families, okay? Both families was eating, living, doing what needed to be done. Now, if you just come from a generational of abandoned ship men, ladies, I would be wary. This is why you need to know people's backgrounds. Know where they come from, know what kind of family they come from, because I mean, decisions. It's your life. You decide how you want to live it. That's all I can tell you. And like I said, yeah, men play a part, because they could still help and take care of kids once they leave. But a lot of times, a lot of men don't. Not all, because there are single dads too, and there are deadbeat moms. So, like I said, everybody needs to be careful with who they are choosing to procreate with. You need to be having these discussions ahead of time. Do you want children? How many children do you want? How do you want to raise your kids? What do you think your kids' religious beliefs should be? Different things like that. I mean, get all deep into it. Do you think that you should spank your kids or not? I mean, all of those questions are important if you're planning to raise a child with somebody. You need to be talking about that before the child get here. Not you, oops, found out I was pregnant. Oh, what are we gonna do? Like, no, that's not a good feeling. And I know it's not a good feeling. The next question is, do you think poly relationships are the new move? Listen, it's not the move for me, okay? It's not the move for me. I can't speak for anybody else. If you're into it, hey, do you? No judgment here. Do you, boo? But for me, no, I'm not into it. The next question, are you willing to date a bisexual man? No. And the last question, we are finally here, you guys. The last question. And if you made it this far, oh my God, why have you not subscribed yet? Hit the subscribe button. Give me a like and a comment. Come on, don't be stingy. The last question, if you could retry an old relationship, would you? And if so, why? The answer, no, I would not. And the reason I wouldn't is because there's a reason why the relationship ended. And I'm pretty sure it was a good reason, because I don't give up easily. Like, I'ma try to make it work. I'm a really good communicator, so I'm gonna try to figure out what the issues are and how we can resolve the issues. But that's only if you're willing to help me figure out what the issues are, communicate the issues, and resolve the issues. So if I ain't even gonna say if because I'm mostly the dumper. So if I have dumped you, you deserved it. I gave you ample amount of time to do what you need to do, and you chose to do what you wanted to do, and that was fine, because I think that everybody should choose to do what they want to do. Like, stop trying to make forever with everybody. Everybody is not forever, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Relax, find what works for you, and work it, boo. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Fancy friends, I'm out.